back to my channel. I'm Megan Yvonne if you're new. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the family. So today's video is going to be all about bridal stuff. Yes, if you're new here, when I relaunched my channel, I relaunched by talking about bridal things, and then I went into other, interests of mine as far as makeup. But at my heart, at my core, I just love, and I love all things bridal. So I wanted to just delve into that a little bit more. So the first thing that I did to make my day and everything a little bit smoother was to have my wedding, my ceremony, and my reception in the same space. This was so important to me because I had attended some weddings before, and knowing the chaos that can ensue from trying to get to the actual venue, and then from that venue to another venue just for the reception, and you have people traveling. And I just feel like sometimes people, they might say, oh, I have time, I can stop. I need to stop and get gas, or I need to stop and I'm gonna get a snack, or whatever the case is. So having everything in one place was ideal for me, because essentially after the wedding was over, my guests went right into cocktail hour, and then they went into the reception space. So it just made things a lot easier. I didn't have to worry about anyone getting lost and all those things. So that's my first tip. Make sure that, consider those things when you are planning to have your wedding and your reception in one space. Another thing that I did was to ensure that we had our wedding at a hotel. It was beautiful, and I actually stayed there the night before so that I could ensure I wasn't traveling the day of my wedding. I wasn't dealing with traffic and all those other stressors, and that I could have everything right there with me. I could wake up wedding morning and I could get ready, and I didn't have to worry about trying to get there or leaving something at home because I already had my stuff with me. So that was another thing I did. Also, another thing that I did for my ladies, I invited them to spend the night with me the night before my wedding. So I didn't have a really large bridal party. I only had 3 other attendants, and 2 of my attendants spent a night with me. My other attendant, my other bridesmaid, she had just had a baby. So because of that, she had a fairly newborn, and she decided to come early that morning, and that was fine because I totally understood. I wasn't going to say abandon your baby so you can be here for my wedding, but she came the morning of, and she was there bright and early. I didn't have to worry about her being late to get there. And trust and believe, I've heard horror stories where they give their bridal party a timeline of when to arrive, and they show up 2-3 hours behind time. And that is so inconsiderate, I would say, because you plan things, you have time slots for everything, when you are to get your hair done and when you are to get your makeup done. For us ladies, we have a lot to do that day, so it can be stressful, and just having everybody in a centralized location makes things that much easier. Another thing that I did was to actually get my hair and stuff pre-styled the week before my wedding. So because I was wearing extensions, I had my hairstylist install my extensions, and then the day before, 2 days before my wedding, I went into the 2 days before my wedding, I went into the salon. She washed my hair and prepped me, and did like a loose curl, and then she came the morning of my wedding to actually curl my hair and style it for the day of, and attach my veil and do all those good things. So that's another tip. If you are going to wear extensions, I would say do so like a week ahead of time, because it gives you time to adjust to them being in your hair, and they're not too tight. So if you get them done the day of or even the day before, you don't want to risk having a headache and all those things because your hair is too tight and all that drama. So getting your hair done and pre-planning your style is important. So that's what I did, and it worked out beautifully because she was there to style my hair. She was also there to give touch-ups for my ladies who did simple hairstyles. I didn't want them to have to worry about, like, you know, if they got their hair done prior, not being able to sleep and all those other things. So they just did sleek ponytails. I really thought it was classic and it was effortless, but they did sleek ponytails. And then of course my hairstylist was there the day of to style hair and to do any touch-ups as necessary. And yes, as the bride, I did handle those services for my ladies as well as myself. So they were in charge of getting their hair initially done, but touch-ups and everything, that was gifted on my part to my ladies. What I did was to have my all my like bridal things and stuff prepared ahead of time. So I did have my ladies have bridal robes, and those were there at the hotel with us. I brought them in the night before, and because we were leaving from the hotel we stayed the night of the wedding, and then we got up really early that morning and we went to the honeymoon. We went on our honeymoon. So that was a really big, you know, like, okay, we got to get here and then we got to get there. So just making sure to pack ahead of time, pack all my things. I only forgot one thing, which I'm super proud of because I just knew I was going to forget something super important, but I just forgot to pack a sweater for the plane ride because I was going, you know, like I said, I was going from the hotel after my wedding night to our honeymoon. So I forgot to pack a sweater, and I was able to grab one of those, and then we went on a honeymoon. So yeah, packing ahead of time and having someone to double check, that would be something I would encourage you guys to do. The attendants, your bridesmaids, are there for a reason. Allow them to step into their role and to help you as best as they can and as best as you allow them to, but allow them to help you, and just have somebody, you know, double check with you about what you need and to make sure that you have everything you need. Another thing that I did to prepare, you know, and just to make the day go more seamless was, you know, I scheduled with my photographer their arrival, and then when we would be doing our shots and when we would be getting the video and all of those things. That is important because you want the behind the scenes shots, but you don't necessarily want the ones where you're not looking your absolute best. So, you know, scheduling that time and having them available, that's so important. Another thing that I did to make my day go a lot more seamless was to communicate with my wedding planner. I think it's so important. Initially, I thought that, oh, I don't need a wedding planner. And I'm going to tell you brides out there who think the same way, get a wedding planner. Get a wedding planner. She was so gracious. She was so helpful. And it was really having her there to support me in that time. It was just so amazing because by having someone who's doing this on a regular basis, she can tell you what to expect, what vendors to go to, what vendors not, things that you might necessarily do need, things that you just have lofty ideas about but you don't really need. She can kind of help you rein you in, and she was just so helpful. So just working with the wedding planner, that helped make the world of difference. And coming from someone who had planned majority of it and then just having her come in like the last couple of months, it really made a difference. It really took the stress off of my plate because I was really stressed out. And we had weekly meetings, and she was very considerate. When I would text her about things, she was really quickly to respond to me, which I hired another wedding planner initially and it was not that way. So I was really like, do I really want to do this again? But so absolutely glad that I did. She was phenomenal, and she just made sure that everything ran the way it was. If there was any type of stressors or anything, I pointed them in the direction of my wedding planner and she handled it. So that was super crucial. Also say, if you are a bride who plans to leave from your wedding to go straight to your honeymoon, to designate someone to take care of the things that you might not think need to be put away after the wedding. So for us, we did have some decorations, and I we had decorations that were personal to us that we had also just purchased and that were ours exclusively. So we had designated who was going to take them home for safekeeping while we were away on our honeymoon. I had my mom, she took my dress, so I didn't have to worry about my dress getting misplaced or damaged or anything like that. She also took my wedding bouquet and, you know, all of that stuff. So having someone, whether that's your mom or, you know, just your family members or your bridesmaid, but designating someone who's in charge of the wrap up after you're finished, so that you don't have to worry about your things being misplaced or being lost. And when you come back from your honeymoon and you're in the bubble, you know that your things are safe and secure. Another thing that I would do just to make sure that, you know, I'm ready, I'm prepared, and all of that thing, all of those things, is to pack more than you think that you need. And what I mean is packing, and this is just a general rule of mine, but as far as packing, is to pack an extra outfit and, you know, I do wear contacts, so packing extra contacts was important for me, and packing medicine, because you may not think, oh, I need medicine, but you do want to be prepared just in case you have a headache or you get motion sickness. You want to have all those things available to you, so packing everything that you need. And fun fact, my husband and I actually extended our honeymoon by 1 day, so I was super happy that I had the extra outfit, the extra clothing to enjoy ourselves. So that's just a tip of mine that I would tell the brides out there, for those of you who are leaving from their wedding and going straight to their honeymoon. Another thing is to don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. I heard people say, like, well, you at least expect that something is going to go wrong. And while you're in your bridal bubble, you don't want to think of anything going wrong. But, you know, there might be something that may not line up exactly the way that you had envisioned it. But at the end of the day, you're still getting married. You're still marrying the man of your dreams, and you're still going to have a beautiful marriage. And that's what you should focus on and hone in on. Remembering your why and why you're celebrating in the first place. So don't sweat the small stuff as best as you can. Another thing that I would suggest is to pray before, you know, your ceremony. I had a moment that, you know, just I prayed with, you know, alone, and then I prayed with my family, and that was really helpful to just help center me and prepare me as I walked down the aisle. And then I had a moment just with me and my maid of honor, and, you know, we just talked while I was in the holding space waiting before I walked down the aisle. And then I had a moment with my dad. So all of those are core memories for me. They're really special, and, you know, I just think it's so important to still keep God in that day and still incorporate him, and just to still help him, allow him to be in the midst and help center you, because your nerves are going to be all over the place. And not that it's a nerves of, oh, I don't know if I'm making the right decision. Hopefully you're not having those nerves, but it's just that when you think about and you're thinking of, like, this is going to be my life, I'm about to step into this new chapter, you want everything to just go well. You need some calm, you need to center. And, you know, even designating someone to say, hey, can you make sure to lead the prayer, or, you know, to just keep me, you know, keep me grounded during this time. Another thing that I would suggest, and this was something that, you know, kind of just like naturally happened, was to designate someone to be a time check person. So that person could say, okay, ladies, it's 10 o'clock, and, you know, this needs to be done by this time. And every hour or so, just to keep you on time so you're not rushing. We had some hiccups with the makeup, and, you know, that pushed back time a little bit, but all in all, everything went well. If you haven't already, I did do a bridal video, like I said, when I relaunched my channel, so I will link that up in the cards for you. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful for you June bride-to-be out there, for your June brides out there. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope that you guys take this into consideration as you're planning your day and you're just, you're planning your wedding. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Below, if you are getting married or if you are a June bride, I would love to chat with you. Thanks for tuning in. Also, if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you a part of the family. Over here, I share beauty, I share lifestyle, I share inspirational content. And if you haven't already, I did a video my latest video was just all about inspirational content, and I'll link that up in the cards for you as well. But go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when my videos go live, which they go live on Tuesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. But if you're feeling like I'm not going to remember that, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit all notifications, and you will be notified when my videos go up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, and if you're interested in this look right here, don't worry, I got you. I have a video on this look as well, and I will link that for you too. All right, not ta-da. All right, toodles. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Mwah. Have a good one. Bye.